The municipality of Caraga is in the province of Davao Oriental. It is the easternmost part of the Philippines. We left Davao Airport at around 2:30 a.m. and arrived just in time for sunrise. Our first destination was Pusan Point. Short for Punta Santiago, this is where the sun rises first in the Philippines. Our young tour guides ushered us into the Science Discovery Center, but unfortunately, there was no electricity at the moment. The big sundial and the lighthouse look really great during sunrise. Our next stop is the Marine Protected Area in Talisay. I wondered why they segregated us into two boats by gender. We are traveling towards a marine protected area, which the local tourism is proposing as another tourist spot. Travel time was less than 15 minutes and the boats travel very near the shore. That's why we did not encounter rough waves. We were the first travelers to visit this place and it's not ready for tourism yet. The beach is littered with natural debris and there were no people to monitor the area. The beach has potential for swimming and picnic, but the cave that the tour guide showed us still needed some exploration by cave experts for further recommendation for tourism purposes. The rock formation in the cave have crystals. I just hope the locals protect this cave and not exploit it. Our next stop was Pantad Tidal Pool, where we got excited because the place was great for photos. Which is perfect for people who want to wade in shallow water trapped by pools formed by the reef. Who needs vitamin C? This place is perfect for camping too. Since we were the first outsiders to visit the place, there were no establishments yet to cater to tourists. I think this place is also good for sunrise shoots. We had our first lunch here, and I will just let the footage do the talking. Tourism officers of Caraga invited us to take a look at a cave nearby. We took a short hike only to face a small vertical rock face that needs climbing with ropes. After calculating the amount of time needed to go up and down, multiplied by the number of people willing to go up, I decided to head back to the beach and rest. The lechon inside me ordered me to take a nap. Next stop is the Mabasa Spring Pool and Garden Resort, where the main attraction was the pool fed by spring water. It was inviting, especially after a long day in the sun, but we preferred to take a short hike to the nearby Prinsesa Falls instead. They call this waterfalls Prinsesa because they say some locals have seen an enchanted princess swimming here. We ended the day at the Tourism Information Center where they had a Mandaya cultural presentation which I failed to film. Although Caraga is on the eastern side, the sunset overlooking the shores of Caraga was still good. We checked in at Kanami Refreshment and Lodging House that was newly built and owned by Mami Joy Elusfa. surfers from Mati showed us. Before letting us make a fool of ourselves. I wish I could have stayed and played some more. Day 3, we went to Barangay Lamiawan, the jump-off point for Kapuka Falls. Today, we were assigned one habal-habal per traveler because the road to Kapuka Falls can only accommodate motorcycles. During the early part of the ride, my motorcycle rolled on a big rock that moved and we fell down from the bike. Tourism Officer Daphne reassigned me to another habal-habal driver, the barangay captain himself. Helmets are non-existent here. We got strange looks from the locals since this is not a popular destination yet. The roads are not even graded yet. After the ball-breaking ride, we waited for everyone before we continued with the hike. My habal-habal driver was worried that I was injured during the fall, but here I am racing with him to the falls. We hiked for about 30 minutes to reach Kapuka Falls. I was surprised to find out that we still needed to cross a fast-flowing river to reach Kapuka Falls. Thank you so much, viajeros. I love you. They rigged ropes for us to hold on to while crossing, and they gave everyone flotation vests for safety. Crossing towards the falls wasn't easy, and definitely not for people with weak knees. Tag of war with Mother Nature. This is definitely not for the typical tourist. The short hike to the falls was also full of sharp, thorny plants. Some of our companions decided not to cross the river. At this point, I realized I should have worn my sandals. If you're not comfortable with raging water, this might not be the place for you. The long, bumpy ride and slippery hike was rewarded with fresh cold water from Kapuka Falls.
Here.
Yes, that was me, holding my GoPro in my mouth. I think this was the highlight of our Caraga trip. While we were on the basin of the falls, it rained very hard and we decided to cross back to the other side. Going back is usually easier and faster, but not this one. On the way back, the river was higher and the water was flowing faster. Even the tension on the rope was stronger.
Alalay naman, alalay.
Then, we were served another brutal fight. On our way back, we had to walk some parts because the motorcycles kept on sleeping. It was one of the longest and bumpiest ride I have ever experienced. The trip ended with a courtesy visit to the Vice Mayor's house. I ate crabs and shrimps and did not bother to eat pichon anymore. At this point, I stopped filming and enjoyed my last night in Caraga.